Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxo, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Yonchou ni Shadow. And today I'm going to be showing some tarantula molts, and as the title says, I'm going to be discussing about resetting my collection. But before I begin, no, I'm not quitting on tarantulas, and no, I'm not going to get rid of every single one of them. So let me just clarify. In my last video on Friday, I discussed about resetting my tarantula collection and basically reducing it down to where it's a number I can handle, and the reason why is because I'm trying to make space for some other things, and I also want to get into other exotic pets, and I'm trying to start my tarantula business in the future, and I don't know exactly when I'll start my business, but it could be a year from now, 2 years from now, who knows. It's whenever I'm ready. So to make space, I'm reducing my collection to as low as I can. And when I mentioned that in my last video, a lot of people seem to be worried about not seeing any tarantulas left. And I forgot to mention how many tarantulas I'm trying to get to, but currently I'm trying to lower my collection down to about 100 to maybe 150 specimens, which a lot of those specimens will be small slings and some juveniles as well. As for my adults, I've actually sold away a lot of my females within my collection, and I also sold away some of my breeding projects, my side breeding projects as well, so I know a lot of people may seem disappointed, but trust me, I just don't have time. I'm super busy, and I have other goals I really want to do as well. And 100 specimens is still a lot, especially for a tarantula breeder. And although the majority of them may not be adults, they're still going to grow and they're still going to take up space. So when it comes to this tarantula collection reduction, there's really two big issues as to why I'm doing it. One is space, and another one is time. While I do have the resources and the funds to actually take care of all of these specimens, I just don't have the time because for those who don't know, I'm a dance instructor, a stage actor, and I have some other jobs such as my grocery store job, and it really takes up a lot of time. And I know some of you may say it's a bit contradictory because I'm trying to make space for other stuff, which that other stuff is going to take time, but just currently I don't have time. But in the future though, I will. But as for what I'm getting rid of, I'm going to get rid of some of my Poecilotheria females, some of my juvenile specimens that are Poecilotheria, maybe some other things here and there such as some of my Hysterocrates because I don't see them at all, and I don't really show them on YouTube here because they're literally pet holes, and maybe some other things here and there. For females, I've sold away my Theraphosas, not all of them. I still have my Theraphosa blondie, and that's pretty much the only one I'm keeping. As for the other Theraphosas, I've pretty much rehomed them. So when it comes to my collection right now, it's actually kind of a mess because there are basically empty enclosures or enclosures without labels on them. So basically anything in my collection that has been sold or marked on hold for somebody else, I've pretty much pulled off the labels, so that way when it comes time to clean up the enclosures, I don't have to take my time, stripping off, the labels and everything. So it really is just to save time. So when it comes to the specimens I'm keeping 6 of my mature females for my Carabiner versicolors. I'm going to keep around 7 maybe of my Poecilotheria ornata females. As for the Poecilotheria striata, I think I'm just going to keep maybe 2 of the adult females left that I have. And I'm also going to be keeping a lot of my Embaufories as well. I still do have about 8 to 9 adult females, and then there's more I'm going to keep. And it's funny because it's like, wow, I reduced my collection by a lot, but I still have a lot. But I truly hope that I get more free time to do the things I want to do that is not tarantula or exotic pet related. But yeah, don't worry everybody. The collection is going to grow smaller, but honestly at this point, since I'm a tarantula breeder, it's not going to stay that way for that long. But I really hope I can actually use this free space for other things such as frogs. And although I'm a very good tarantula breeder, I do feel like I'm way too comfortable in this zone. So coming into frogs is basically like taking a new step in a new direction. But to know I'm not just going to throw away my tarantula stuff, I don't know why people keep thinking that. It's like I keep getting emails of people saying, "Are you really quitting tarantulas?" I never said that. I'm not quitting tarantulas. I'm just expanding my experience and knowledge into other animals. This is something I had to clarify so many times because it's like last week I didn't get many emails, but after I posted Friday's video, it seems like the emails are coming back in like it's crazy. So when it comes to frogs, I'm usually only familiar with the Pac-Man frogs, the horned frogs, and pixie frogs, nothing else. So essentially I'm starting back from zero, but this will be a fun journey. because a lot of you viewers, by the time you saw my tarantula videos or this channel as a whole, I was already an experienced tarantula breeder, even when I started this channel, so you didn't really see my journey from when I first started as a young teenager to where I am now. But when it comes to Pac-Man frogs, and once I do get back into frogs fully, I think it will be fun watching our journey from zero of nothing to becoming great as something. So let's hope that we can have the same experience with frogs. But I will always be a tarantula person at heart, so that's never going to change, because I'm essentially too good at what I do, honestly, to where I can't really call it quits, not until I passed on the knowledge to someone else. So I guess I'll call that a video for today. So, as the typical, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on this channel, and also support me on my social medias, such as my IG and Patreon. Shout out to my Patreon members, such as Cal, for keeping my tarantulas fed. And with that, stay lax and Laxo out from the Kumo Sensei.